Hi. Uh-oh. Am I connected? Because I don't see. Oh, yeah, people. Okay. Hi. Uh, the Star Blanket Challenge is tomorrow already. Oh my goodness. Hi, Barb. I got my hair cut. Looks kind of scraggly because I didn't do anything to it today, but I got some layers. Hi, Jackie. Oh, tomorrow we're all doing star blankets. If you're in the 6 Day Kid Blanket group, I just dropped a coupon code for you to go shop in my pattern shop and get yourself all the star blankets if you don't already have them. And if you do already have them, buy yourself something else nice, like maybe the goddess shawl like I'm wearing right now. Excuse me. This is the Nurturing Fibers um, Half Moon Goddess shawl made with nurturing fibers. Um, I forget all the names of the colors. Charcoal, cobblestone, anvil, and mist are the four colors I used. And I saw that somebody at Good Loops is making a pink one with four different colors of pink, and it's turning out really pretty. Okay, so I've got this Supernova. I think I have done tutorials so that you can make any 6 Day star blanket and have a video to help you. You all know I'm not really great at video. I'm really good at, written patterns, and that's my jam. And, my videos are not meant to take the place of a pattern. I just I can't work like that. Um, Yeah, so they're to supplement the written pattern. They're not for just only making something off of a video. I don't even know how you could do that, to be perfectly honest. Oh, I see a mistake right there. I only have four. So my counts are probably going to be off at some point. So, oh, this will be fun. But okay. So I had to work a few rounds on this because now it's getting really big. So it takes forever to go around once it gets really big. So I'm gonna try and show you how to do round 7A. Now with the Supernova blanket, people get confused because the row numbers are weird and they go into A, B, C. Just do them in order. And the reason I number things the way I do, hi Shauna, is because for all the 6 Day Kid Blanket variations, the star, the superstar, the um, all the different things that we have going on with the 6 Day Kid Blanket, rows 2 and 4 are always going to be single crochet rows. I'm sorry, 2 and 3 are granny rows, 4 and 7 are single crochet rows, and 5 and 6 are double crochet rows. And we just do it like that so that you can make the snowflake effect on the star, or make the half snowflake effect on the something else that I have coming for you that you don't know about yet. But I just try and keep all the row numbers the same so that you can do the striping effects on each different thing, and the row numbers will always be the same. Um, I don't think I actually put this in the original star blanket patterns, but it is in the sweetheart star that I just did. But you want to start with a hook a half a size larger than what the label suggests. And then when it starts to curl in the setup rows, you bump your hook up a half of a size. half millimeter, and continue from there. You don't have to go back and frog, but just because we're working in the round, you have to use a little bit bigger hook to keep it from curling. That's all. It'll all work out, trust me. Okay, so normally I wouldn't add a new color. Let me switch this. I wouldn't add a new color by the way I'm about to do it. I would finish this off and then add my new color in a different valley, but just because this is a tutorial row and I want to show you, whoops, I wanted to use white. Let me just do it this way. So this is my slip stitch from the last, to complete the last row. Okay, so I just completed the last row and I'm changing colors. And let's see, join with a slip stitch. Oh no, wait a second. Yes, this is right. Okay. This is a supernova. The supernova and the star are the same through as far as I am. So far it's just the star blanket with rows 2 through 6 repeated. And now I'm going to do row 7A. So we slip stitched to get here. And then I'm going to slip again. Chain 1. Single crochet in the same. And then this says 17 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. We'll see if my numbers are right because I don't count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm so nervous. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Woo! Okay, now we're doing 3 single crochet in the center. And now I have 18 single crochet going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I give you counts when it's important. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so you have a couple in the valley that you're going to skip. So what we're doing here is we're creating a little space we're going to make another point here in the valley. So the supernova is basically the 7-pointed star, and then it has 7 little points in between the bigger points. It's pretty cool, actually. Okay, so we're stopping 1 before the bottom of the valley, and then we chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2. 1, 2. And then we start with a single crochet again around. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We're creating this little space where we're going to start the point there on the next round. So this will take me forever. Oh my goodness, I must have dropped my yarn in my coffee. Ew. This will take me forever to get around, so y'all can talk to me now. I'm not counting. Coffee. What are people planning on doing for the challenge? Are you all over there on my website shopping with the coupon code I gave you? I hope so. I'm about to change my shop over to Shopify, trying anyways. I'm not sure it's the right thing to do, but it feels like it will be more and more official all the time. I'm like a grown up. I was never trying to be a crochet blogger. It just happened. Is anyone over on YouTube? Is YouTube working okay? So now I'm aware and I know that my numbers are going to be off, um, because I already noticed a mistake a couple rows down because I don't count. I look at the work and it's terrible, because like I can't even test my own patterns because I just do my own thing. So now I know that I'm going to stop when I have one double crochet left at the end, and I'm going to skip over that one, and the next one I'm going to chain three. I mean, that's just how I think. If I sat here and counted, I wouldn't be able to talk. I wouldn't be able to watch TV. Hi, Jenny. How are you, my dear? The other day on I guess it was almost a week ago, tomorrow it'll be a week. I Zoom weekly with my patrons. And if you'd like to get in on those Zooms, just go on over to Patreon and join and make a pledge. You can do an annual pledge now and get a discount. There's my stitch markers. I was looking for those, but I was on my Zoom with the patrons last week, and I was like, I don't know what I want to work on. What should I work on? And I grabbed a basket of junk down from the shelf, and I forget how many. I think it was like 5 or 6 star blankets started in that basket. And there's another one over here. There's one sitting right here too. From I guess from my lives. I remember that was from the mixer challenge. That was almost a year ago. We did the mixer challenge. This would be a great time to do a spring mixer. That's what I was working on last year. Spring mixer. Oops, what did I found a little I found this like wrapped up in my work. Jenny, are you going to make a star blanket? I think you're one of the ones that said you haven't made one. A lot of people have said, I've never made a star. Now's your chance. That's what this challenge is all about. If you've never made the star, we're gonna make a star. Hey, Aaron Boom, what is up, girl? How you doing? I have a sweetheart star on the hook behind me too. I never finished that thing. I have a lot to work on during this challenge. I kind of feel like starting a spring mixer too, because it's springtime. Oh, I love bowling. I haven't been in so long. Did y'all see that movie? I was just thinking about it just now. I was lost in my thoughts. It was like this little movie. It was a short film. I think it was actually meant to be a commercial for a bowling alley, but they did it with a drone, and it was a drone going all through the bowling alley a couple of times under somebody's legs and around, and uh it was so cool. It was the coolest thing. I guess the audio was done separately, but it was done in one shot, and it went like back behind the bowling alley where the pins and the balls, go and get reset and everything. It was so, so cool. I'll have to see if I can find it. Okay, skip over those two in the valley and chain three instead. And the rest of the rows, just single crochet with three single crochet in the center stitch of the 5 double crochet in the row below. That's one reason why it's hard to do tutorials too, because it takes so ding dang long. I mean, I guess I could do it and then fast forward it, but like my legs already hurt. It's sitting here. I got one of those chairs that you kneel on, um, but it's still, I just can't sit at a desk for a very long time. I noticed that's like the worst thing for my legs is sitting in this chair. And the other chair that I had up here was even worse, just a regular chair. But usually when I'm sitting like on my sofa, I have an ottoman there and I straighten my legs out. So I think when I'm sitting in a chair, I kind of pitch forward and then I don't know, something happens in my hip. The circulation just gets cut off. You guys are so funny. This should be a fun challenge. We're going to be live at I think it ended up being 7 p.m. Eastern time pretty much every night next week. And on Friday, I'm going to be Zooming with some ladies from Ireland that work on the 6 Day Kid blanket together. I'm going to bring them on, and we're going to try going live a little bit different way. We had so much fun last time with Jenny and Peta, which I haven't heard from Jenny and Peta. When y'all want to go live again, if you want to have another one of your sleepovers. I think Thursday night is the night that I don't have anyone. Hmm. Sorry to hear that, Barb. She says she has a crook in her neck. A crick. I was gonna say, I thought it was crick, but I grew up, I don't know. I think we all have weird family words, right? And then you go to school and you say your family word and then and people are like, "What?" And then you get made fun of for, goofy words that you say in your family that aren't real words, but they're real words in your family, right? So sometimes I don't know if it's a real word or not. Like I have this blue sweater that I just got this past year. I did the thing on Amazon where you have them style you, pick out stuff for you, and I liked it. I liked what they did, but then I was like, I don't really need any new clothes because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna stay home in my compression garments and call it a day. But I got this blue sweater that I really like, and I was like, "Oh, this is cute." And then, and it, fits nice and warm. It's a nice little duster. And then I saw myself in it in like a video, and I was like, I look like I'm in my house coat. And I didn't know if house coat was a real word or it was a family word. Because I remembered my mom, and my grandma saying it, house coat, let me put my house coat on. And so I wasn't sure if it was a real word or not, but I asked my friend and she said, yes, it's a real word. And like my daughter used to say, two-iter, one-iter, two-iter, three-iter. Like if something had two pieces or two parts, like her first two-piece bathing suit, I said, oh, it's a two-piece. And her little mind heard two-iter. It's a two-iter. Okay, so I'm all the way around, same as a bathrobe. Yeah, house coat, bathrobe. I would say yes. Okay, so I didn't mark this. I should have marked this. Was the slip stitch? That's the chain, and this is the first single crochet. And I'm going to slip into that, but I'm going to chain three first. One, two, three. Okay, and then slip stitch into it. And that is row 7A. Okay, now you just don't overthink it. Just go on to the next row, which is round 2A. Okay, because it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. That's how the pattern goes. Okay, now we're going to slip into the next four stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's gonna we need to scooch over. There's another one of those words, scooch. Is that a real word or is that a family word? And then we're gonna chain two. And this is the beginning of a DC3 together, but the chain two counts as the first DC, so it's really a DC2 together. Okay, and now we're going to mark it. You want to mark this stitch. Scooch is a real word. Okay, good. Now we're going to skip two. 1, 2, 3 double crochet. Repeat 3 times. Skip 2, 3 double crochet. Oops. So that was repeat 1, repeat 2, repeat 3. It's the superstar. Skip 2. So you end up at the top of the mountain. And then you oh my goodness. Yeah, 3, 3, 3 in the top. In the center, single crochet. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there's a new furl streamline, right? Happy birthday. I'm missing everybody's birthdays. I missed Courtney's birthday the other day, and then I missed Heather. Okay, and then we're skipping 2 as we go back down. It'll say 4 times. 1, 2, skip 2, 3 times. skip 2, 3 double crochet. Skip 2, DC 3 together. I can see why people get like confused about this, like what the heck am I doing? Because it is weird, but I'm showing it to you. I miss Jackie too. We missed Jackie's birthday too. Sorry, Jackie. I'm terrible at this. And then we're going to do 3, 3, 3 in that space that we made, that chain 3 space. Okay, so let's just lay it down and talk about it. I need to get this, oh, something in the way. Okay. So this is our new point that we're making here in this center of the 2 big valleys, right? And so this is going to be a new valley. And on the next row, you're going to make a cluster on each side. It's going to be a new little point. Okay, so it's going to be this is a new valley, point valley, because we're making a new point in the valley. And then it's going to be a little point that's going to grow along in between the 2 bigger points. It turns out really cool. Okay, now, oh, I put that right over top of the pattern that I need to read. Durr. All right, now we skip 4. Now this counts. Don't forget to count this guy. If you don't count him, you will be off. So this counts 1, 2, yep, 3, 4, and then DC 3 together. This is going to be another valley over here. And then you skip 2. There's where I got my yarn and my coffee. Hi, somebody says, not been able to get you for months. I'm back. But all I see is Facebook user, so I don't know who's talking to me. If you're in one of the groups, you have to say who you are. We're skipping 2 back up to the top. Skip 2, skip 2, skip 2, 3 double crochet in the same stitch until you get to the top of the mountain, and then it's 3, 3, 3, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Okay, is it starting to make sense at all to anybody? Hi, Fiona. How are you, my dear? Are you okay? Has been a while. Or have you just been missing me? Now we're skipping 2, going back down. Skipping 2. Skipping 2. Skipping 2. So you know you're going to have 4 skips before you get to that bottom. So now we do the DC3 together, cluster. We're going to jump all the way to that big space. 3, 3, 3 for a new point in the valley. Whoops. Oh, you know, Fiona, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget to count this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't been on as much as I used to. I've been trying to do more tutorials and I just haven't been consistent. I know I used to consistently try to come on at the same time every week and same day, but I don't know, for the last year or so, it's just been like whenever I feel like it. But I post everything over to YouTube so you can always go and catch the lives on YouTube. But I know it's not the same as like interacting while I'm actually here live so we can talk. But I'm bad at video. I'm just gonna lay it out there. And I definitely don't want to like do this, sit here and do all this on camera and then have to go back and edit it. So y'all have to just fast forward on your own. I've been trying to do like go through the videos and like put the mark the times for the important important things that happen. And then I mean I enjoy chatting while I'm working too, so and I am on round 2A of the 6-day Supernova blanket. Yes, it has, hasn't it? I mean, last year was really hard for a lot. I won't complain about my year because we all had a terrible time, but I mean, the pandemic was almost like background noise to me. Seriously. I'm so glad I have crochet to keep me going. But it feels like it's coming to slowing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's coming down to maybe seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. They could join Patreon and ask questions during a Zoom. Yeah, who's asking? Am I missing something going on over on YouTube? Let me see. Oh, people asking questions. Yep, I sure am. Seems to be fine. Hello. Yeah, hi. Hi, YouTube people. I see Marshall, Harley, Ann, hi. Linda, and Belinda. Linda and Belinda. Ann and Danya. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm neglecting you over there. A lot of windows open here. Yeah, absolutely. Um, join Patreon and do you mean during the challenge? I'm not sure I have figured out how if Zoom, I think I have the Zoom set up for during the challenge, but yeah. And if people are doing the Half Moon Goddess, that's a premium pattern, so it's not free. So the tutorial is going to be on Patreon. If I ever, when I get around to doing it, it'll go there first, and then I will link it. It'll be a private YouTube video, and I'll link it in the pattern. But you'll have to buy the pattern to get the tutorial. And these are like, honestly, it's pipe dreams. Trying to get your Crojo back. Well, we have a Star Blanket challenge starting tomorrow. Nothing like a challenge to get your Crojo back. Make yourself a nice spring mixer. Mix some cakes. Cake mixing really gets you out of a rut. Maybe I'll start a cake mix. I'm pretty sure this that I'm looking at right here was meant to be a cake mix. I don't know why I stopped. Maybe I'll pick this one back up. I think sometimes I do things just on videos and then I just set them aside because it was just for the video. It's not for real, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I know I wanted to get this Supernova tutorial out there so that, um, yeah. See, there's four before the space. So that's where I'm going to do the cluster. DC, double crochet three together, cluster, and then jump all the way over. Whoop. One, two, three. Well, you have lots of lovely yarn and you just don't know what to do. Have you seen the Half Moon Goddess? I'm wearing it right now. Maybe you could do one of that if you have anything, like sock weight or lace weight. Oh, yeah, you just come into the group. I'll explain how to participate. The What the 6-day challenge is, we just challenge you to work on your 6-day blanket for 6 days in a row. And this time we're doing star blankets because quite a few people have said that they haven't made the star yet. Cowls and wrist warmers, that sounds nice. So tomorrow I'll go live and I'll probably start a blanket, star blanket on the live and answer people's questions. And we just work on it together, and then you post a photo of your progress um, every day for 6 days. And then at the end of the challenge, I pick a name, and somebody wins something from me, some Betty swag, like a mug or a project bag or a face mask or something like that. You have some gorgeous yarn and sock weight. If you're in the 6-day kid blanket group, go over there and grab the code. I don't want to say it because it's only for the 6-day kid blanket group. Code for 20% off my pattern store, and head over to my website and grab yourself the Half Moon Goddess. It's a premium pattern, so I think it's $6.95 or $7.95. I don't remember what the price is on it. It's a little more expensive than my other patterns because it took me forever to do, to come up with, and it's really gorgeous, quite gorgeous, and it works really nicely with gradient yarns. I'm wearing it right now in Nurturing Fibers Eco Lush, and the Nurturing Fibers yarns it's a little bit heavier than the Shapius was what I designed it on. The Eco Lush is a little heavier, but the drape is just beautiful. And of course, their colors in that yarn are just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna 333 in the center here. Bye, Erin. Have fun. I love bowling. I'm trying to go fast so I can get around this and explain and do the next line for you guys. But yeah, when you've been doing it for a long time, you just get faster. I'm worried about when I'm going to get to the point that I know is going to be off because I spotted a mistake 2 rows down. Oh, thank you. Bye, Jackie. Happy belated birthday. I'm so sorry I missed you. I wish I did pencil grip. I think pencil grip is so pretty. I think it makes your hands look really dainty and delicate. Oh, I thought you said goodbye. You said goodbye to somebody else, maybe. You said bye to Aaron. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. I thought you were saying bye to me because you said bye, beautiful. She must be talking to me. You're so vain, Betty McKnit. Oh, so are you, Jackie. Thank you. We have a really beautiful group of mods. A nice little family. Okay, and down here, this is going to be a new point. This three chain space, chain three space. One, two, three, four. Skip two. Oh my goodness, am I there yet? I see my marker. This is the last one. I think this is the one where my count's off too. Maybe not. The snowflake is it's on the blog. So if you go to my website and you click on blog, it's a blog post. This is a K hook, which has something gross on it. Um, I started this with a J and then I bumped up. So you have to bump up. The name of the article is How to Achieve the Snowflake Effect. I think it's tinyurl.com/rows, ROWS 2-3. Maybe somebody can type that in to the chat. I don't know, it might be 7 millimeter, 7. I think a J is a 6.5, so I think a K is 7. I'm not sure. I never memorized all the millimeters. I never did that. Oops, I made a mistake. I just always went by the letters. And furls does theirs differently, so I don't know. Now I have to always go back to the furls website and look up what size my hook is. And they have these little stickers on the bottom, and I'm afraid they're going to fall off. And I'm not going to know. Okay, I'm all the way back to the beginning of my row, and I marked it over here so I can slip stitch right in the stitch where I marked. Let me take that out. Okay, and let's lay it down and admire it. See how we have this little baby point in between the two big points, and then these clusters are going to be valleys. So remember how in the valley we only have one. This is different. Furls K is a 6.5. Thank you. In the valley of the 6-day star blanket, it's different than the regular 6-day kit blanket because you have one DC3 together cluster in the center of the valley on the first granny row, and on the second granny row, you have one DC3 together cluster on each side of the center cluster on the second row. So it's a little bit different. You don't have that skip 4. You have a cluster in the center and then one on each side. So these center clusters, those are going to be new valleys. So let me see what I have to do next. Now I have to go to round 3A. So let me just take a breath. Okay, 3A. Slip stitch in the next space. Chain 2. Let me go back because I think my hands were off camera when I started. Oh, that's a good idea. Drop a super glue. Slip stitch in the next space. Chain up. 2. That's the beginning of your DC3 together cluster, but it's just DC2 together because your chain 2 counts as the first one. And then when you finish it, mark it. That's the stitch right there, not the one on your hook, the one you just pulled through. Three double crochet in the next space. And we're going to repeat that until we get to the point at the top of the mountain. And then we're going to 333 in the space at the top of the mountain. So we can now, this is where my mind goes, okay, I can stop counting and I can just go. Now I'm at the top. I'm going to 333 to make my point. Three double crochet in every space going down until you get to that DC3 together cluster. You think I'm speed crocheting? I'm trying to go fast because this is just going to take forever. I don't think I'm going to be able to complete this tutorial in one sitting because the blanket gets too big and then you can't. And I just realized I don't think I've done this Superstar either, shown you how to take the star and go to Superstar. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll make sure I have something ready. Okay, there's my DC3 together cluster. That's a new valley. So on each side of that, I'm going to make a DC3 together cluster. And you'll see a new valley start to form. It'll look a little funky at first. And like I said, I can see why people are like, what the heck is this pattern? What the heck are these rows? 5A, 5B, what? Okay, now I'm going to 333 right there. But it does turn out pretty cool, if I must say so myself. I think I'm most proud of the Supernova. I think it's super cool looking. I enjoy making the Superstar. That to me is, I don't know, I like that one. And that was the one I thought was stupid and I would hate. I was like, this is dumb, but I know people are going to want to make it. Okay, I have another cluster here, so I'm going to do a DC3 together cluster on each side of that cluster. And this is row 3A. The yarn is Vanna's choice. I like using it for tutorials. I think it's easy to see, and I like it for color work. And I like it for things that I know are going to be used by children. Things that I know people are going to want to throw in the washing machine and dryer. I also really like Lion Brand as a company. I think they're good people. And I live just an hour away from the outlet, so I get to go down there all the time whenever I feel like it. You haven't made a Supernova. Girl, you should make one with the leftover yarn from that other project you were working on. Wink, wink. Oh, it is very good quality and it's nice to work with. It's a good staple yarn, you know. My legs are really starting to hurt. I might have to stop after this row. I'm not wearing my compression right now either. It's not good. Kathy? You mean Kat? I'm using a K hook from Furls, 6.5 millimeter. Jackie looked it up for me. Katie. No, I don't think I've seen Katie making any of the star blankets actually. I love frills too. I think most of her blankets are regular 6 days, and then she adds extra rows, and we call that the double dip. Double dip, 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 dip. She occasionally cheats on me and makes other people's patterns. You haven't done a star either, Jackie? All the mods have to do a star. This challenge is for you, mods. The challenge for me is going to be to finish something that I've started because I have a bunch of stars in progress over here. You guys love if you love the regular 6 day blanket, wait till you do a star. It is even more addictive than the regular 6 day blanket, I think. It has all the things you love about the 6 day blanket. Oh, see, I made a mistake there and I didn't do a cluster on either side of this, so I'm sorry to do this in front of you all, but I'm gonna fudge. I'm just gonna do the cluster. It's not gonna look it's not gonna look great, but I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I have to, otherwise it'll be another hour of me ripping all that out and having to go back and redo it. It's because I'm talking. That looks bad. I'm being vulnerable for all of you. You're seeing all my mistakes. I'll have to delete the video. I've done that a bunch of times. You all know that. I'll be on here and I'll be like, wait a minute. It'll be your first 6 day anything? Well, welcome to the cult. You are not going to ever want to make anything else. Say goodbye to all your other blanket patterns because you're going to try and do them and you're going to be like, this isn't fun. I'm going back to the 6 day. How am I doing? I still have a really long way to go to make it around. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to be my last. Heather's done this star and superstar several times. You love the superstar, so never win it. Oh, so you've just never done the supernova. Well, do one with that leftovers of you know what. You know what I'm talking about. You haven't sent it back to me yet, have you? Thank you. It's a pretty cool little pattern. I mean, I just kind of happened upon it, to be honest. And a lot of the variations in especially the striping pattern, because I love the original. I love changing on rows 5 and 7. I don't like changing on the other rows. Everybody's like, oh, I love the snowflake effect. And yeah, the snowflake effect is cool, but it's not my favorite. Everybody loves it. But yeah, other people came up with that because I'm like a creature of habit. I do, if I want color work, I cake mix and I still do vivid chevron. I just use cakes and I let the colors change on their own, but I still do 5 and 7. Yes, it does. And we have some kind of standard ways that, a handful of ways that we, you know, we tell people they can stripe, we have it like written down for you, but then somebody will come along and come up with something different every once in a while. And it's like, just when you think you have seen every variation of the 6-day kid blanket there is, somebody goes and mixes them together or does something completely different with it that I've never seen. It's really a great pattern to get creative with. I mean, to be honest, I haven't made as many as some of the other people in the group have made. Some of the mods and um, because I spend a lot of time designing, and so then I don't actually make as many actual items. So when you see me making stuff, it's like for a video or I make it and I'm ripping it out because it didn't come out the way I wanted to. I think I worked on the star blanket pattern for like a year or longer. I worked on the half moon goddess for a year or longer. I made 3 of those. I have a 4th one started, and they did not. Actually, I have a 4th one because I have one that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And I'll probably rip that whole thing out because it'll drive me crazy, looking at it. I could still wear it if I wanted to, but it'll drive me up a wall. So, yeah, I'm not as prolific as some of the other people in the group have been, and some people that are no longer part of the group, made tons and tons and tons and then went about their business. You don't have to recreate that one. I'll send it back to you when I'm done taking photographs of it, Heather. You can have it. I know you need it for somebody who she says she ordered a bunch of style craft. Yeah, I've definitely lost count of how many 6 days I've made. And I'm not really good at like putting my projects into Ravelry or keeping a notebook or even posting them in the finished projects album, even though I get on everybody else's case about posting theirs. I'm really bad at that. Okay, DC3 together cluster on either side of the crust cluster in the row below. And then I'm gonna go right to 333 in the mountain. And I think this is my last mountain here. Yeah, everyone that worked with the style craft for that project really loved it, with the exception of the Australians because it's so expensive for them. But it's not expensive for us, it's cheap for us here in the US. Use the star setup rounds to make doilies for your daughter's bookcase. That's cool. And the pocket shawl minus the border for scarves. That's really cool. Yeah, the pocket shawl started out as a scarf, 6-day kid blanket scarf, and somebody else came up with that. It wasn't me. I just wrote it down. And then Glynis, old Boiler Robo, said, let's encourage people to make swatches by having them make a pocket shawl. Um, and so she came up with that, and I turned the pocket shawl sideways. But yeah, Glynis came up with the pocket shawl, how to do it, and I just wrote it down. We have a lot of really creative people in this group. And I have wearables on my mind right now also for future projects. I have a lot on my mind. I have a lot of ideas. I can't do them fast enough. Am I there? Okay, I have a little point, a big point, and a little point. And then I'm gonna wrap it up for today because I'm starting to hurt. Whoops. I know it. Oh my gosh, if we could only sleep and crochet at the same time. I mean, I've definitely fallen asleep crocheting. I could definitely lie down and crochet. Lying down, I've done that. Um, yeah. I have been using crochet and knitting to relax at the end of my day for many, many years. And I now crochet is, you know, a part-time job, right? And I'm it's more it's not more work now, but I was always careful like about making a hobby my job because I still want to enjoy it. But what's happening now is because psychologically I just see it as something that I do to relax at night. I have a hard time actually working on projects during the day. So I don't get my crochet out until it gets dark and I'm like settling down at night. And yeah, and then I end up staying up really late. Okay, this is my last point. I'm finishing up row. What row is this? This is row 3A. So row 3 is always going to be the second granny row. Row 3, whatever. We try to keep the row numbers, consistent. So y'all can do the snowflake effect or whatever effect you want. You can do popsicle effect in the 6-day star. You can do the snowflake effect in the 6-day star, superstar or supernova. You can do all of the effects in any of the 6-day projects. So we keep the row numbers consistent. And that is why they're a little bit confusing too. But for this pattern, just follow it along as it's written. Don't overthink it. Just do it in the order that it gives you. Man, I almost killed this whole skein of white yarn. Actually, it wasn't full, but there was quite a lot of it left. Feel my stitch marker. I'm almost there. Actually, almost out of yarn. I'm gonna make it, but yeah, I'm close. And the last DC3 together in the valley here, the new valley. And then I'm going to slip stitch over here into the space that I marked. And then I'll just keep going and into the next row, chain up, single crochet in the same space, and then I'll mark that one, just so there's no confusion coming back later. Okay, that's my slip stitch, that's my chain up, and that's my single crochet. So you want to make sure you mark that so you don't get confused later on. That's a common place where people create extra stitches and then they're like, why didn't you give us stitch counts? Because I'm lazy and I don't like counting. Okay, you see my little point starting right there at the end of the row. Let me switch this. I have so many windows open, I'm not even sure what I'm looking at. Swap cameras. I'll hold it up. It'll be easier to see. You know, I have a little point starting in the valley of the two big points. You dream crochet. I do that too. All right, everyone. Woo, that was an hour and 15 minutes. Holy smokes. Okay. I will see you all tomorrow. Go on over to my pattern shop and get yourself your patterns. I will see you all tomorrow. I think I'm going to be on live in the morning Eastern time right after the Patreon live call, which is always at 9 o'clock on Mondays. We alternate AM and PM, and tomorrow is the AM Eastern call for patrons. And you're very welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make a million of them. And so I might be on in the morning, but I'll for sure be on around 7 p.m. Eastern time pretty much every evening this week, and I'll keep you guys posted day by day. But go pick out some yarn and go get that pattern star blanket. Go buy all of them while it's 20% off for you. Star, Superstar, Supernova. Bye. I hope I don't see you. Oh, I guess I will miss it then, as it's in the morning. It's in the morning tomorrow. But we'll be on at night. We'll be live at 7 p.m. So if you're not feeling too tired from working, then come on in and crochet with us. Yeah. You all have a lovely evening as well. Thanks so much for hanging with me. Mwah. Let me play my music. Let me play this glockenspiel. Bye, everybody.
McKnit.